Warning. This podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
Yo, what's going on? I am Scoots Bronson.
And I am S. Foster.
That's right. Excuse me. You're tuned into another episode of the Viewers Anonymous podcast, where we give you our very own reviews and takes of movies and TV straight out of Hollywood. Before we get into it, make sure you follow us on all socials, on Instagram and Twitter at ViewerAnonPod, on Facebook, VA Pod Watch Group, on YouTube at Viewers Anonymous. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And you can follow us also, subscribe on Patreon. Become a viewer. It's only $2.99 a month. It's patreon.com/Viewers Anonymous. And last but not least, please make sure you are listening to this on Spotify or watching this on Spotify. Make sure you hit that follow button as well. That would greatly help us. And I forgot to tell you this part, because for all y'all that been here, y'all know we do a lot of pre-pro. But I think I got something for us, bro. Next pod, I think I got us a sponsor.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so
Okay.
First and foremost, you know what I'm saying? I know we just did 400 apps?
Yeah, so this is 402 right here.
Yes, indeed, man. So first and foremost, you know what I'm saying? I want to say salute to the Joe Budden podcast, because they just did 800. You know what I'm saying? That's a huge milestone. But I want to say salute to us too as well for doing 400. But I want to also thank everybody that's listening, everybody that's watching, everybody that's supporting us, because like we say at the end, man, there could be no us without you. You guys really have pushed us through a lot of different, you know what I'm saying, times and things. And, you know, we've been through a lot going through this podcast, a lot of growth. And because you guys have, you know what I'm saying, shown love and shown the dedication to support us, you know what I'm saying, you guys helped us out and got us a sponsor. So next episode, we'll be talking about that. We'll be getting into it. So, yeah. What's up, bro?
Man, listen. 2025, man. Listen, it's been interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Like we did a thing where we were talking about upcoming movies and all types of shit like that. And like I was saying, like that showed like movies that were out in theaters and things like that. But man, I'm telling you, there's some shit that's coming out on the low. This might be a promising content year, and not even that, not even just that. Like even music wise, man. Like even music wise, like I might have heard, and we just in February. I might have heard the best album this year, man. Already, man. That 2 Chainz, Larry June, and Alchemist. Come on, bro. Life is Beautiful.
What? I heard that album.
Yo, that shit fire. And then Alchemist is working on one album with, you know what I'm saying, Yasin Bass / Mos Def.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Did you see the other person he doing the album with? Erykah Badu, bro. Come on.
No, are you real?
I'm dead ass. They've been teasing it, man.
Hey man,
I'm telling you, man.
Hey, listen, if that shit drop between that and the Yasin Bey, hey, I ain't trying to hear nothing else.
Hey, I'm telling you, man, this is starting to be a promising year. I'm just saying. So I've been listening to some music. I've been, you know what I'm saying, watching new content. Mm-hmm. We seen the movie that we got today, man. Like, I seen the trailer for it. You know what I'm saying? New material we could bring to the people. And like we were talking about in pre-pro, but it was not what I expected it to be, but in a good way. But we'll get there, man. How about you? How you feeling? How everything going?
Man, everything is going swimmingly. First and foremost, yesterday, I took my kids to go see the new Captain America.
Okay.
Hey, Marvel this year, I think we back. I think we are back. I think we are back. Captain America was a good movie, but what I really appreciated about it was they got back to the basics.
Okay.
Um, when you if you remember anything about the Captain America movies, usually they like a segue into like what's about to happen next with the whole
Hmm.
franchise. Yeah, this was that. This was definitely that. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't want to spoil it for anybody. I know that's what we do, but I don't want to spoil it for anybody. If you guys can get a chance to go out and see Captain America: Brave New World, salute to Anthony Mackie, salute to Harrison Ford. What a wonderful job. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's easy for Harrison Ford. He's been doing this shit for years, but for him to come in and play a role like Thunderbolt Ross is, that's tough. A lot of people can't really get into that. Also, what I did appreciate was they incorporated the the old the last Hulk movie to be made. They incorporated that into this, so you know what I'm saying. It's shit looking good, man. I ain't gonna lie, shit looking good. The
Okay.
Red Hulk was fucking fire. No pun
Okay.
intended. But
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, I fuck with it, man. It was amazing. My kids loved it. You know what I'm saying. We had a good time. Went to the movies. Um, enjoyed that for sure. Uh, and outside of that, man, everything just been going good. Been making content like a mug. Um, working with my little cousins doing content here and there. You know what I'm saying? Working with other people, helping them record content, edit content, a whole bunch of stuff, man. Just I've been busy. You know what I'm saying? I've been super busy.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Busy's good. Busy is good. Because you don't want to be sitting around doing nothing. It's so many avenues to do things, and especially when it comes to this content game, man. So taking in content is actually doing something. That's one
Yeah.
thing that's really cool about this shit. Cause like, we'll get into the pod and everything, but like
Hmm.
one of the reasons why I was so excited about that phone call, what I'm saying, back in 2019, where
Right.
we was talking about actually collabing and doing something. I was like, man, like this has been like one of my things. Like every time we about to do a pod, I get that same feeling I used to get. Like when I would go to the movies when I was young, you would sit there, you would watch the movie, and then when you walk out, whoever you went to the movie with, you're talking about the movie. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You're going back and forth. Oh, I like this part, nah, nah, nah. And it's like to be able to have that same feeling of like walking out of a movie theater, even though I'm watching it in my house, and then we jump on this pod, like I still get that jittery feeling of like talking about what I just watched. So
Yeah.
that's just one of the things that I'm still kind of like a kid at heart when it comes to coming in, coming in the lab and doing these pods, because like I watch a lot of content and I have a lot of opinions, and I got a few on this one.
Okay.
And I'm also interested to hear what you say. Like, I'm ready to hear your fire flame, man. We ain't gotta do it now. We'll do it on our thing, but like, but I'm just saying, like, I'm just saying, yo, I fucks with this, man. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying. I fucks with this.
All right, man. So let's get straight to it, man. Today we are doing a movie called The Gorge. It is a Apple TV Plus original movie. It came out this year. Actually, what, last week?
What? But yeah, technically, yeah. Last week came out Friday.
Yeah. So it was just released last week, man. It's starring Miles Teller, Anya Taylor Joy, Sigourney Weaver. It's directed by Scott Derrickson, written by Zach Dean, and it's basically about two. I want to call them mercenaries because they weren't
Yeah,
necessarily
that's a good.
with anybody, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's a good word for him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So two
good.
mercenaries from two different parts of the world are sent to this isolated location that is supposed to be a super top secret of the world, not just a country, just of the world. And they're sent there to basically supervise this area, and they don't know exactly what's going on, but they soon find out that, you know what I'm saying, sometimes the government just ain't doing what they supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they on some sneaky stuff. And you know what I'm saying? They gotta get into it, man. They gotta, they gotta play hero. And that's exactly what happened. So where do we start?
Uh, I mean, the first thing that stood out to me was just even the way that this movie even started. You know what I'm saying? You got a woman sleep, wakes up, hear a plane. You know what I'm saying? She pulls out the sniper rifle. Dude got the plane. Boom. So it already got you starting on a high point. It's like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? She got the range, all this type shit. But I think what we should start though is just the fact of the government always got like some sneaky shit going on. But in this instance, that they are in cahoots with other countries, which we usually not. And in this movie, we in cahoots with Russia because Russia is one of the people who sent what's her name? Dasha?
It is
How do you pronounce it? It was
Drasa.
Drasa. So Drasa was sent through Russia, and Levi was sent through the United States.
Right.
And one of the things that I thought was interesting when he first sat down with what is that motherfucker's name? What is that?
Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah, that's
Bartholomew.
crazy. Whatever the fuck that is. He sits down with her. Okay, that's where we can start. He comes in. This woman asks him, "Do you got anybody important in your life? Anybody that would care about you? All this type of shit." He's one like father was a Marine, grandfather was a Marine. He was highly dedicated, decorated, all that shit. So she wants to hire him to do this job.
Right.
She can't tell him about the job, can't tell him what the job is, all of this shit. Now, he could have worked for someone else, but he failed the psych part, and she was like, yo, you could have went to somebody else, but you chose not to. So now I'm super intrigued at this point of like, okay, this dude obviously is, a good soldier, sniper, all this type shit, but they're saying he failed the psych part. So I'm thinking if this woman's willing to take him on, then obviously, they're giving him a second chance.
Right.
They dropped my man off in the middle of no fucking where. Say it's a no-fly zone, so we gotta drop you off and you gotta walk to this place. He walks there, running to this black dude, JD. JD is giving him the whole fucking rundown about you're not here to, how you put it, you're not here to stop anyone from going in the gorge. You're here to stop people from coming out the gorge.
Right.
So now I'm like, wait a minute. What the fuck is going on here? So when you get that one side of the lead up, because we didn't do Dasha's part, but as far as Levi part, like where are you at this point? Because I'm super intrigued of like, okay, this isn't necessarily what I expected. Where's your psyche at this point?
So excuse me. So seeing this, I was kind of like, all right. So first and foremost, I watched the trailer. Watching the trailer, it doesn't give you a lot, which I appreciate. After watching this, I definitely appreciated that. Right. So at first, if you watch the trailer and you read the description, you think that this movie is something that is totally different from what you end up seeing. So when I seen it, I'm like, all right, this is about to be like some espionage, some spy shit. It's about to go crazy. They about to get into it. Like this shit about to be lit. This about to be live. And then you see Draza, you know what I'm saying, come out the tent. She do her little thing, boom. And then you see Levi doing this thing, and then he go talk to Bartholomew, and then it's like, all right, cool. It's about to be a super secret top mission that don't nobody know about, whatever. In my head, I'm thinking they gonna end up fighting each other.
Yeah, I
That's
can
what
see that.
that's where my head was going. And so I'm like, okay, once you actually see him get to the place, I'm like, all right, something weird. So the what's his name? JD.
Yeah, JD.
So JD get to talking to him or whatever, and he breaking everything down, giving them the rules, the instructions, and telling them about the predecessors and so on and so forth. So when he say, yeah, you're not, when he get to the part where he says you're not stopping anybody from going in, you stopping anything from coming out. And then he take the little grenade and throw it down there, and you hear the sound, and it's like, oh shit, what are we about to get into? Because that's not. So now my whole shit is switching. I'm like, it's a goddamn dragon down there or something. It got to be something weird down there, right? Like they are stopping the Leviathan from coming through. Like it's something humongous down there because it's like a huge area. So I'm like, oh yeah, they about to go crazy. So I'm like, all right, cool. I like this now. It's getting good. You know what I'm saying? Plot twist early. I'm with it. I'm focused now. Man, then he realized she over on the other side. They get to doing the little communications or whatever, doing their thing. He's starting to feel her, which I respect. She's a very attractive woman. I will say that. She got the it's the eyes. It's the eyes.
It is the eyes.
I'm not gonna lie to you, because she ain't built like shit, but it's the eyes. So, I'm just being real. So you know what I'm saying? They flirt and they going back and forth. Now they spending time with each other and everything else. And then finally he come up with a plan to say, hey, I'm about to go over there. I'm about to go.
Okay, no, hold on. So this is hold on. Wait. So this is the thing.
Yeah.
So okay, so Drassa, her whole lead up is like I said, she shot the person coming out the plane. She go meets her dad. Long story short, her dad got cancer. And he's like, yo, if I don't die by Valentine's Day in February, I'm going to kill myself.
Right.
So he was like, you're going to be gone while I plan my self-transition or whatever. So it's showing you the months. Not all of them, but it's showing you some months. February hit. And then they show her, and he had told her, you know, on Valentine's Day, just light a candle for me. So she's sitting there with the candle lit crying, and he's looking over there. Because the whole reason they even started talking to each other was because it was her birthday. So she's over there dancing and all this type of shit. So she was like, man, let me get this motherfucker attention. So she shoot the gun in the air and she asks what his name is. And he writes back, we're not supposed to be talking to each other.
Right.
And then she hit him with the best answer like all time. She's like, it's my birthday, so I get what I want. You know what I'm saying?
She didn't give a fuck about none of that shit.
Yeah, she like, fuck that. So then that's when they start building this parkour. All right. So then, like I said, it's February. She's lighting a candle and she's crying and shit. So he gets her attention. You know, what's wrong? She's like, I had a bad day. Well, no. He gets her attention because when he went out on his walk, because they got to the point where they started walking the grid together. And so he was like, yo, I missed you today. She was like, it's been a rough day. I wish you were here.
Yeah.
That's when he was like, bet. That's all I needed was an invitation. He's like, that's all I needed was an invitation. So he comes up with the idea, go get one of the rocket launcher joints, take the gunpowder out of it and all this type shit, shoot it over there. And so then he did the whole little thing. How about, you know, dinner tonight and all this shit?
No, before that, you got to get to the part where the invasion had already happened.
Oh, yeah, the invasion happened on her birthday because of shooting guns in the air and shit. She playing a loud ass music.
So we finally see what the fuck is in the gorge, or at least we think we see what the fuck is in the gorge, right?
Yeah.
So it's like some niggas that look like some shit from Jack Sparrow ship.
And the motherfucker look like the real human Groot.
Yeah,
I am Groot.
Yeah, it looked like some shit, and it like some shit from Pirates of the Caribbean. So I'm sitting here looking, I'm like, what the fuck is that? First off, this nigga is a whole tree. The other niggas is trees. So I'm like, okay, shit is different now. Now is this movie has took a turn that I did not expect. Okay, so you sitting there, you looking at this shit. They shooting them, then a machine gun just popping out the floor. I'm like, okay, it's getting lit. I like this. I'm intrigued now. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, they crawling up, boom, bombs is going off and shit. I'm like, oh, it's getting lit. I'm like, this about to go down already. I like that. So they finally fend everything off, and then that's when they go into, you know what I'm saying, them kind of building their relationship and getting into it. And like you said, he finds a way to get over there. He shoot the little missile over there, which I was confused because I didn't see him take the gunpowder out. So I was like, I think that was a stupid idea. I'm thinking this motherfucker will blow up. I'm glad you said that he took the gunpowder because I was confused. I'm like, why the fuck is this not blowing up? But now I know. So we see that, and he, you know what I'm saying, he get over there, he take a run and jump, you know what I'm saying, cruise over there, and they pretty much just have a date night type shit. And so, you know what I'm saying, they doing their thing, they having a good time. And so I guess they had to do a call-in check or whatever, or a time check or whatever. And now it's time for time for him to get back over, you know what I'm saying, to his side. And nigga, this is when shit gets real.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah. I don't know what I was expecting, right? I don't know what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting, and I don't know how I wasn't expecting it, because I mean, it's obvious that's what was going to happen, right? But I didn't expect for the cord to end up getting cut and this nigga falling down in the thing. I thought that he was going to get over there, and once he got over there, they was going to like be over there already.
Yeah.
And she was going to have to find a way to get over there to help him. Well, I was wrong. The motherfuckers crawling up the thing, they hit one of the mines, boom, explosion. It cut the cord while he going across it. This nigga falls into the gorge. Without a second thought, she packed shit up and she dived headfirst into the gorge. You know what I'm saying?
Both of them have parachutes.
Yeah, of course. Parachutes, of course. So that's when shit gets interesting.
The whole movie took a turn, but
a big turn. Because
shit
now
turned into a horror movie.
Real quick. They get into the gorge. We don't see where he lands. Pretty much it goes over to Drasa. You know what I'm saying? Through the whole thing. So we pretty much following her at this point. And she ends up landing into a river. She got caught on the parachute. She was about to drown. And then it's like a rapid damn near. So once that happened, she cut the parachute. Now she going through the river. She dropped her beacon. It's the auto. What was that thing called? The auto. Oh my god, I can't even think of what it was called though. It was an auto something. Basically, it was to help them basically get up there or get back up there. And so she ends up finding him. She ends up saving his life because my nigga was, you know what I'm saying, upside down in the tree, about to get eaten by a gigantic centipede. You know what I'm saying? My nigga pulled a gun, pop, shoot himself down. This nigga falls into the ground, not knowing that he fell into a fucking alien Venus flytrap. So he can't move. He about to get eaten. She come, pop, shoot the teeth. Thing go back down, cut him out. And now they pretty much are going through their journey of figuring out where the fuck they, you know what I'm saying? Like where they at and how to get back up to where they was already at. While they was down there, they ran into a whole bunch of weird shit. First and foremost, weird shit. Whole bunch of different colors. Now, this was my thing. What the fuck was it with the colors?
Maybe radiation, because whatever they're doing down there, like there's a lot of radiation, and I also got a lot of vibes from Skulls Island, right? So you remember in Skulls Island, everything was larger than it was supposed to be.
That's true,
right? Yeah. And so like even the spiders in this bitch, like the spiders had like real heads on them.
Yeah, so
Like
everything was different.
everything was like magnetized. Like everything was bigger, everything was faster,
Mm-hmm.
and everything was like dead alive. Like it was like just like some weird ass it like the turn that it took at that point was very unexpected for me, but like I was zoned in at this point.
Yeah.
Not that the first half of the movie wasn't good. The setup of the movie to me was good.
Right.
But like this turn that it took, I was like, yo, this shit have turned like this is right up my alley. I was like, okay, I'm in. Let's go. And I was sitting here looking at this shit. And I'm like, yo, this is some wild ass shit. And then all of a sudden, a tree horse come out of nowhere. And then like
yeah, that was crazy.
I'm like, everything down here is magnified. Like everything is like a level up. So they end up shooting that shooting the horse, shooting the guy, shooting the horse and making it fall down.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when we first get the indication of, oh, well, no, I'm lying. This is the second time that we realized there was some freaky shit going on. So the first thing, which we skipped over, so when JD left, so he had to go to a certain spot, so they go to pick him up. So he see the helicopter, he throws down the smoke, for them to come pick him up. So they send the thing down, he latched himself on, so they start flying, pull him up. They ask him confirmation, who you are. He tell them who they are. Thank you for your service. Shoot my man in the head. And that's when you realize after you do your year, they don't let you go home.
Yeah, shit got different.
Yeah. So that was the first indication there was some funny shit going on. So the second one was, so when he shot the horse and shot my dude and he fell down and he looks, he said, yo, these some old ass uniforms. These are uniforms from the 40s.
Mm-hmm.
So then you realize, yo, nobody leaves the gorge, bro. And
yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
what it was looking like. That's definitely what it was looking like.
So I'm sitting here like, wow, like here we go. And so then they find their way into the secret laboratory or whatever, end up finding a tape, you know what I'm saying, playing the tape. And this lady is on there talking about how, she got infected and all this type shit, blase, blase. They end up finding this thing of the company that the lady works for.
Right.
Come to find out, what do you know? The government trying to make motherfucking super soldiers. How many times have we heard about super soldiers, bro?
It seemed like that's all they keep trying to do is create fucking soldiers, who won't get killed like that.
It's like it's starting to become an obsession, but I think it felt like it came from, even though they wasn't quote unquote super soldiers, they were just doped up. It's like when you think about how Germany was able to, take over Europe the way that they did, at the rapid speed that they did, come to find out they had these motherfuckers on meth, right? So what?
Yeah. Let me take, I'm sorry. We gotta go off course real quick because that's fucking crazy. First and foremost,
yes,
nigga, meth, bro.
And
you know what you can do on meth? You can do anything. You do whatever you want to. You never go to sleep. You ain't never tired. Your body don't wear down. No, nothing. Your shit is on like adrenaline times 10 on meth, bro.
Yo, it's wild. I was watching this doc on that shit, and the craziest part about it was that's what the other soldiers were saying. They were saying that, yo, like they're super soldiers, like they don't sleep. They was like, we could shoot them a few times, they don't fall down.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? But the other thing about Germany that people got to understand, you could buy meth, like in a store in Germany
easily.
in the 40s. Like it was
Easily.
a thing. It was a real thing. And so, but then you go back and you look at Hitler and was like, yo, we already knew he was an evil motherfucker. But to give his own soldiers meth, not thinking about the long term of what it's doing to his own soldiers, right? So that was the other crazy part about the whole thing of like just putting your soldiers in positions that really basically put them in suicide missions. Like basically that's what he was doing. Like he was getting the results that he wanted as fast as he wanted them, but at the same time, like it's like, yo, I don't give a shit about these dudes because all of them are expendable.
Mm-hmm.
So like I say, we are in this whole thing of like, you know what I'm saying, we always want to create super soldiers. And I think what happened was, this is just an observation, I don't know. I'm thinking that either whatever they created in the lab affected like a whole like group of soldiers, and maybe they came in contact with Russian soldiers. Because this is the thing, Russia got to be in on it.
I know how all that shit happened.
Okay.
So basically, remember when they went down there and they was in the purple area, and they looked like they was at that place that looked like a church or whatever.
Yeah.
So they
all the people killed themselves.
Yep, they walk inside and then they end up going down into the little thing and they find a little lab. So they looking through all the stuff, and then remember they was talking about it was old shit from the 40s and all the other shit, and then they go into the room, and in the room it's like computers and shit.
Yeah, from the 2000s.
Yep, and he made that joke. He was like, this is from like the early 2000s or whatever. So that when they looked on the thing, they figured out that none of this shit was controlled by the government. This shit was basically like a independent contracted, what's the name? Excuse me, independent contractor company. So basically they were down there running tests and everything since like World War II or whatever on all of these different things, and they was testing out missiles and putting like nuclear chemical reactions and all that stuff in the missiles, and one of the missiles that ended up leaking, and when it leaked, it had ended up infecting everybody that was down there. And so when it leaked, that's what was creating that fog or whatever. So that wasn't fog, that was like the contaminant or whatever. So remember when JD told them they had sent like all those battalions and squadrons down there and a whole bunch of people on horseback, they must have ran through the radioactive fog or whatever, and ended up pretty much turning. So anything that was down there, like the trees, the centipedes, the damn whatever else, the horses, the people, they all ended up pretty much getting a different reaction to everything. And I think that's what all the different colors was. And so when he had found that out, remember he was trying to figure out what project
oh shit, what was it called? Project
it start with an S.
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I forgot what it was called. I know it was Project Backlash, wasn't it?
No, it started with an S.
No. What the fuck was it?
Whatever the what's your name was, it was basically like a contingency plan for if anything happened, they could nuke that motherfucker and nobody else is gonna know about it.
Yeah.
And this is a place that had like it had a cloaking device over it, so satellites couldn't, you know what I'm saying, map it out or any of that shit. Like this was a place where like they had this shit literally on lock, like this shit off the grid, all that shit. So they figure out everything that's going on. They learn about all this other shit. They get all the information. And so he like, all right, let's go ahead and bounce. Because now he knows the plan and everything that's going on, but he also finds out that if the nuke that they had drops, it's a safe zone that they can go to, that they'll pretty much be straight. They ain't got to worry about nothing.
4.2 kilometers.
Yep. So basically, that's where they got to get to in order to be safe from this nuke dropping. And basically, you had like 2 minutes to get to it.
Yeah.
And so pretty much JD had explained to him everything that he needed to do basically to in order for shit to happen the way he needed it to happen, because he was telling him that the if any of the satellites and shit get messed up, or if any of the systems are compromised, basically it's air raid sirens on the top of the towers that they was in, and basically they was saying that if you hear that, you need to get the fuck out of there and run, because they're gonna drop that nuke, and anything within that radius is pretty much gone for. All that shit's cleared out.
Yeah. And so they end up finding a way, you know what I'm saying, to get out of the gorge, which was man, that was interesting.
That was
so
fire.
they get,
I ain't gonna lie. That was a very, very fire idea from him though.
Yeah. Getting in one of the old Jeeps and, you know what I'm saying, shooting the thing up in the Jeep.
Up was fire.
Yep. That was fire. So they get out and they think like, yo, so from the video, the lady was saying that you got 5 days. And then once, you know, it get up to 5 days, you infected, you turn into, all of the shit that's in the gorge.
Yep.
So they're not sure if they're going to turn or not. So he do the whole thing of like, all right, look, so I'm going to go back to my side. We got 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
When the 6th day come, you know what I'm saying, and we are infected, what we got to do. We both know that, we got to kill each other or kill ourselves or whatever. So, you know what I'm saying? He do the whole thing, tell her he love her and shit, go back to his side. Mm-hmm. So he talked to his boss, and she's like, yo, we got, you know what I'm saying, so a signal from inside the gorge. Did you go down there and, turn the computers on or whatever? He's like, negative. So she's like, so that means she was like, did you see any movement from your counterpart? He was like, negative. She said, all right, well, then that means that if it wasn't you, it's only 2 people there. So that means you got to take the op out. No problem. Lying like a motherfucker. Because she got this motherfucker on tape with him in front and girl Anya, Dasha right behind him. So she already know he compromised. You know what I'm saying? So we got to go fuck him up. And she's like, yo, I made the mistake. I'm coming myself. So she fly her ass out there. And so that's when they started getting the whole plan together, which was a very smart plan. You know what I'm saying? This whole time, because I was like, man, what the hell are they doing with this wire? Like,
yeah, that was crazy.
I did not know what they was doing with that shit. I was like, okay, like, cool. And so they get there. So they fly in. He's not there. And so then they do the whole thing where they shoot the thing, blow up all of those towers, and they was going from tower to tower to tower to tower. And that's exactly what they was doing. They was wiring all of those tower things so they would explode, so it would leave the gorge exposed. And if the gorge is exposed, then the nuke got to go off. And so the damn siren start ringing. So the dude looks at her, and she kind of figured it out because all of those people wrote something on the wall, wrote a message on the wall.
Yep.
And so Levi wrote a message on the wall, and she read, you know what I'm saying, in between the lines, and kind of knew what it meant. And then the siren started going off, and dude like, yo, we got 2 minutes. And so, yeah, got them up out of there. So he was able to, you know what I'm saying, knock 2 birds out with 1 stone, where he was able to destroy the gorge and kill her motherfucking ass for getting me out here. After I done served my country, my dad served this country, my grandpa served this country, and you sent me on a dummy mission where you was gonna kill me within a year any fucking way. That's some fucked up shit.
Right. So basically, they found a way to set off the nuke. and they had a plan to basically get, you know what I'm saying, in the right space. That way they don't get affected by, you know what I'm saying, the blast radius. And the funniest part about this whole shit was they made it to the helicopter, right?
Mhm.
They get in the helicopter. She like, go, go, go. We had to hurry up and get in the air immediately. My nigga, you know what I'm saying? He flying the helicopter. This nigga, this nigga goes up and dips down into over the gorge.
I was like, what is he doing?
Fly up, you stupid motherfucker. Why would you fly down into the fucking gorge? And nobody said nothing until she said, nigga, we don't need distance. We need to go up. Soon as she say that shit, bro, that motherfucker dropped. It was over. It was fucking over, bro. I said, as soon as she said that, I seen that shit drop. I said, oh yeah, they done for it. They not making it out that motherfucker, bro. This shit is over. This nigga, he trying to push that motherfucker as fast as possible. That motherfucking shockwave caught his ass, nigga. That motherfucker got to moving around and shit like that. Fucking helicopter explode, nigga. That shit was done for, bro. I'm like, this nigga has obviously never played a video game because who the fuck flies that shit, goes down to go up? No, nigga, you in a helicopter, just go up. You're not on a fucking plane. You don't need a runway.
I was confused as fuck. I was like, what is he doing? Like, why is he going like down into the gorge? Like, this motherfucker was almost in that smoke shit, in the fog. I'm like, what are you doing?
Man,
well,
stupid shit.
Yeah, and so they got the hardest drones of all time, yo. Like,
yeah,
when them drones they sent to go kill them things was hard. So they go through that whole shit. Now she had told him, because see, this is the thing, and it's always, like I said, it's always in movies. But like I said, I might just be around the wrong people. Mm-hmm. It might just be me. But so the conversation they was having before he, you know what I'm saying, slid back and told her that he loved her and all that shit.
Yeah.
She was like, he was saying that how he wanted to go away with her. She's like, yo, I know a place in Italy. We'll be good. We ain't got to look over our backs, all this type shit. He was like, yeah, that sounds cool and everything. But what about the next people that they send here? You know what I'm saying? To look after the gorge and all this type shit. So we got to be the ones to destroy the gorge. Now you got an opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to go away with your new squeeze, but you want to be hero and you want to stop them from getting anybody else to come there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, bro. I might would have just took off. I might have just took off and be like,
it at that point, it's one of them things where you got to think about it. Like, if you know you're gonna be in that situation, are you really gonna risk that?
You mean leaving with them looking for you?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the one thing that would, because I was thinking about it when I said it. That's the one thing, because it's like, yeah, you know, a place in Italy, but that doesn't mean that my government wouldn't be able to find me there. Like, maybe Russia.
This is the thing, though. They don't work for They don't work for no government.
Well, they don't work for no government, but all I'm saying is, like, someone from America sent him there, and someone from Russia sent her there. They all
military contractors.
Because you remember when she talked to her dad was like, "Yo, you're not even Russian. You're Ukrainian."
Right, but remember, they military contractors. They not even like, they don't have no legions. And the people that hired them was also military contractors, so they don't have no legions. So basically, if anything happens, nigga, all the government is gonna sweep that shit under the rug, because they don't really got no tie. They don't have no real ties to it.
True, because like you said, it's not a necessarily a government thing.
Yeah, and that's why I said, like, do you want them motherfuckers looking for you though? Because if they ain't got no allegiance to nobody, nigga, they pretty much got carte blanche on where they can go to come get you.
And I just think that they just don't want the secret out. Like, they're like, and I get it. as cold as it sounds, I completely understand like why they shot JD and all the previous people before.
Because you can't have that type of information getting out, especially with
Yeah.
what they're trying to do. Like, this is my thing, right? Say you get away, okay? Say you get away or whatever, and you might go to, I don't know, you go to wherever you go. Well, you got to worry about the military contractors coming after you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And whatever country you in, you got to now worry about their military, because I'm sure they're going to link up with that military and be like, hey, we got to get this motherfucker out of here. Because you know that little space that y'all hired us to pretty much research and look at, yeah, they know all about that. So now it's like you pretty much got the world after you. That's a dangerous spot to be in. You better off just like getting rid of that shit.
This is true. The only thing is, so he got rid of his op. She didn't get rid of hers.
Yeah, but if America ain't on you, you pretty much. To be honest with you know what I'm saying? Russia don't seem like they gonna be on your head about a lot of shit. America is petty. America will find you. They will tie you up. They will take you places that you never known existed and torture you, all for like the code to a locker or some shit like that. Fuck that, bro. I don't even want to. I wouldn't even want to deal with no shit like that. Like, yeah, get rid of the Americans. The Russian motherfuckers, they don't seem like they really give too many fucks. Because like because you got to think about this. The whole time that we watch this movie, we don't even see her like talk to nobody from the Russian delegation.
Yo, that's facts. We only seen Levi do these check-ins.
Yeah,
We never see
it's
her do
only
any
Levi
of
that got to deal with the shit that he got to deal with.
But another thing, Russia, they had real fucking like vodka or alcohol. You know what I'm saying? America, they had to go grow shit and build and fucking make some type of, you know what I'm saying, rum or whatever the fuck he was making. I think he said it was potato vodka or some shit. He was like, it's a recipe,
That nigga's making hoops, nigga. That's moonshine.
Yeah, like they making shit. She got a whole wine cellar over there.
Her shit. No, everything over on that side was lit. Everything over on that side was lit.
I want to be with the
She had a
Russians.
grappling gun over that motherfucker. She had good vodka over that motherfucker. All that shit was crazy.
Yeah, her side was way more lit than his side. She had the motherfucking. I mean, and maybe he did, but they just didn't show it. But like, man, she had the music, she had the record player and shit. Like that side just seemed way more cooler than the American side, man. Like he didn't have shit over there. He over there he got a goddamn bookshelf and shit.
That nigga JD said, hey man, you know what I'm saying? When you make this shit, don't fuck the recipe up. Wait a minute, sir. You just said there's a whole bunch in the cellar, nigga. I'm not making shit.
Man, they didn't have no cellar over there, man. Only on the Russian side.
Right.
Yeah, nah, that was cool though. Like, I'm not even mad at them really turning this into a love story. Usually I'd be like, why every damn thing gotta turn into a love story? I'm not mad at it this time. Because I don't think it would have been right, man, if it was just two dudes communicating with each other the way it was communicating.
You already know what that movie is.
Hey.
That's Brokeback Mountain 2.
Yo, hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yo, did Anya, damn, I keep wanting to call her name. Did Dasha, did she have like a scent or something? Yo, she knew every time dude was looking at her. Like she would just stop and look back, like every time.
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like them motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Like, you look down scopes long enough, you used to seeing from far away. It got to be, bro.
Hey, boy. She felt that dude looking every time, boy.
Excuse me. I mean, She wasn't wrong. I'd be looking at her too.
I mean, look, man, 365 days that was supposed to be there. You know what I'm saying? No, you have every 30 days, he would have a check-in. But you know what? I'm lying. She did say
Well, yeah,
something
they
about
both had to
having a
check in
check.
at the same
Yeah,
time. Remember?
yeah,
Yeah.
yep. So yeah, she did. They just didn't
But
show it, but
that's
she
why
mentioned it.
that's why I said, bro, Russia just don't give a fuck because Russia didn't send nobody. They
Nah,
didn't
they
question her
didn't.
about going being in the gorge, none of that shit. Like they didn't care about none of that. Now, this is what I also think though. Just a quick theory. I think that none of that shit that JD said or JD told him was true. Because I don't even think JD knew, right? I think what they did was they hired him and they hired her. And they just never talked about it. And maybe different people are connected with them. And it's all under that group, that military
Mhm.
contracting group.
I,
Because why would they focus so much on not letting the like why would they focus so much on like not letting it pull up on like Google on the maps or any of that other shit or have any kind of like satellite connections and none of that, like none of that shit makes sense, bro.
well, I mean, to shoot JD a little bell, I think JD just told him what he was told. I think that they're passing down like the same messages.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that he just like, yo, this is what I was told, so I'm gonna tell you the same thing that I was told when I got here. And
Mm-hmm.
so I don't think that JD, you know what I'm saying, knew anything any different. And plus, I mean, JD wasn't talking to the op either.
Right.
I mean, at least I wouldn't think he would, because I'm more than likely it was a dude. So he was just like, he would probably look over there. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Got the Russia dude over there doing what he do over on the east side, and I do what I do on the west side.
Yeah.
But yo, that would be a horrible job. I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah, bro, because that's like the last job you're gonna ever have.
well, we,
Nigga, that is and once you get there, nigga, that is retirement. That shit is over, brother. My nigga JD thought he was about to go home and kick it. Psych. Yo, they did that nigga dirty, bro. They shot this nigga in the head, had him high up in the fucking like this
oh,
nigga's altitude had to be 30,000 feet in the air, bro, and cut my nigga
oh,
free, and this nigga just fell into the trees.
oh my god.
That's fucked up.
No, that is fucked up. But first of all, you don't know that you could be sent in retirement when you sit out there. That's number one.
Right.
But it's just to think about, all right, a whole year I'm gonna be gone. I have no human contact with anyone. Every 30 days, I just have a little radio chat where y'all are short as fuck with me because y'all don't want to tell me what's going on. I gotta grow my own food. I gotta make my own alcohol. I gotta sleep on the floor. This building has been here since the 40s. Like, fuck this, man. I'd be like, yo, you can keep your job. I'll wait for the next opportunity.
Right.
I'm still tripping on, like, even her sales job wasn't a great sales job. Like, to sell me on this. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like, nah, bro. But I'm not surprised that, like, the one thing, like I said, this movie took a turn for the good. It turned into a horror movie all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And like, now, obviously, I mean, I think that I mean, look, I think they did good with the effects. I mean, obviously, it's all CGI and all this type shit. It did kind of turn into, and it could be also the coloring in the background, because you was talking about how, you know, some of it was blue, some of it was purple or reddish or whatever,
Yeah.
all this shit. So it did kind of make like the huge ass spiders look more
Mm-hmm.
CGI. But I mean, I
Yo,
wasn't mad at it though.
when they was underground, when he had to go down to the silo to save her from the dude. Okay, so this is one thing we didn't talk about either. So, because well, we did because you kind of mentioned it. When they had found the people or the whatever the fuck they were supposed to be, the Hollow Men that they was calling them, they were all old soldiers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the one was the one that ended up catching her and kidnapping her and taking her down into the missile silo. And Levi had to go down there and save her after she was already whooping his ass. She was giving that nigga the business. You know what I'm saying? Levi pretty much just helped. He ain't really save her. He helped her because he really saved him. Because ain't no telling what she got to do to that nigga for real. She was whooping down his ass. When he looked at his clothes, he seen the name tag. He seen his name tag, and he seen I forgot what it was. It was Bradford something. But he figured out that was the dude that was the one that ended up calling them. Yeah, he ended up calling them the Hollow Men or whatever. But he was a part of the battalion that went down there and did all that shit. So basically, that motherfucker been down there since the 40s.
It's a long time. And that's what I'm saying. Like, this motherfucker, like, still fast as fuck. And that's why I say, like, it's like, it seemed like it mutates you into. I think obviously it was unsuccessful because that's why they don't want anybody to get out of the gorge, right? So it seemed like when he had her down there, like tied up and shit, it didn't make him dumb. So he wasn't like a zombie.
Yeah, they was intelligent as fuck because they was riding horses, they was using swords and shit. Like they were still intelligent for sure.
And remember, he sat her bag outside, and then as soon as she picked it up, snatched her up. So it was a plan to, you know what I'm saying, that so that also, like, what that does is that takes away the whole, well, they're not zombies because zombies are just, you know what I'm saying, they just run around just hungry, they just want to bite some shit. So these motherfuckers still had intelligence. They old as fuck, but they're not fragile or anything. It's just like this fungus like grows on them, which I still don't figure out. Like what I can't figure out is when they went down there, it's like I still don't know like why they were necessarily in the gorge. Like, I don't know what came first. I don't know if they discovered that this shit was that the shit.
No, remember remember when they when he fell down and they went into the little cathedral place and they went down there to that lab. Remember he played that the video footage. And the video they was down there testing shit. Because remember, even when they was leaving, when they found the Jeep and they was leaving out, the camera was panned out. You could see it was like little towns and shit down there. So as they was driving through all the different areas, like it was like towns and shit. So basically, it was supposed to be like this, like super secret military place where they was testing out and doing like lab tests on like soldiers and all this other shit. And I think somebody fucked something up to where the chemicals and shit had caused a reaction. And that's what caused basically the cloud and all that shit to be over the gorge.
Yeah. Because like I'm just trying to like. Obviously, they had to see it as unsuccessful because they never used them.
Right.
So I guess it was to a point where it's like, well, we can't control them.
Well, the ones that Levi and Drassa ran into was the actual people that went down there initially, because it must have been something different down there before they got down there.
Yeah.
When they went down there, that was those two. That's why they remember she was saying like she seen Spetsnaz down there, she seen British military down there, and then he was saying he's just seen the 1st Airborne Battalion or whatever, and he was like, yeah, this is post World War.
Yeah.
So remember, and JD said they had sent a whole bunch of battalions and a whole bunch of people on horseback cavalry, basically. So whoever was down there was all of those people. So it must have been some other shit before that.
Man, listen. Well, I mean, look, you get the storybook ending, but they do try to set it up in a different type of way. So she stayed her 5 days in like this cave joint. He never showed up because when the whole explosion went through, she was far enough away where she was good. Well, he got injured, so he was a little slower. Bonk and the blast radius caught him and knocked him into the river or whatever.
Yeah.
So we don't see Levi no more. So she does her 5 days. She's good. She don't turn into anything. And so she ended up going to the Italy place, and she's standing at this landmark. I guess she must have told him, you know, I'll be at this landmark or whatever at sunset or whatever. Sunset come, he ain't there. She reads he left her a note saying, read it, you know, if I don't be with you by the time the 5th day, sunset, whatever, all this type of shit. So she reads it, and it's a poem because they had a whole little interaction about this poem thing.
Yeah.
Because he said that he was terrible at writing poems. So now she working, she got a job and shit. She's sitting there cutting up lemons and shit. Goes up to a guy, a table, turn around, and he got a sign that says, I would take some rabbit pie, which goes back to them being there and all this little shit. Mm-hmm. And so they hug and all this shit, and the movie's over. But I wasn't mad at it. I wasn't mad at it because I think that what they were set up for was some bullshit, and I'm thinking that what I was saying that the people wasn't successful, and what I don't know is, okay, so do you think the people would have survived outside of the gorge?
No.
Because I'm thinking that's why they kind of left them down there.
Well, they would have had to, because remember, they was like ultra fucking aggressive. And I think they was like, well, I ain't gonna lie, I don't know what the fuck they was down there eating.
I think that's why they was on them so heavy. Yeah. Because they was like, yo, like, this is fresh meat. Like, let's fuck them up.
Right.
Like, they can smell them motherfuckers like blood and shark water, bro.
Absolutely.
Like that junk was crazy. But I don't understand what my man was gonna try to do with old girl, because like he didn't just like eat her, he had to hung up, like he was gonna do something with her. Mm-hmm. What I don't know is like, was he gonna try to turn her into one of them? If that was even, or if that was even a thing, like I don't know. I mean, it could have been either or. I'm not really sure,
right?
Because I mean, you know what I'm saying. I seen too many movies, man. I seen Hill Has Eyes, man. Man, they were goddamn raping bitches and getting them pregnant and keeping their race going. Like, yo, that was crazy, bro. Man, the way that the second one started
was crazy.
Yo,
you know, I gotta go back and watch it because I don't remember that. I don't remember how the second one started.
Bro. So the movie just started. Mm-hmm. Blonde white lady on a bed, pregnant, screaming, right? Yeah. So you sitting there like, okay, this is a weird intro. So then she's screaming. Mm-hmm. Motherfucking baby pop out. So you see one of the Hill Has Eyes motherfuckers pull the baby out of her. Mm-hmm. But the baby dead. Baby didn't survive. So he's pissed. Hit her upside the head with a goddamn sledgehammer or whatever the fuck that was. Pissed off because so she's like, I'm sorry. And that motherfucker just killed her. That's how Hill Has Eyes 2 started.
All right, I gotta watch it out.
You like, yo, boy, that's crazy. So basically what they was doing was they would kill the dudes, but they would keep the women and impregnate them and just keep their fucking race going.
Right.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts.
That's super nuts.
Inbred.
And then, yo, man, when he raped the one girl, like towards the end, man, he was power driving that motherfucker, boy.
All right.
That shit was crazy, bro. Hey, boy, that shit was crazy as fuck, man.
That's crazy.
Yo, I'm telling you, that's a sick movie, bud.
Yeah, for
Hill
sure.
Has Eyes is a sick movie. The
For
second,
sure.
especially the second one. That shit crazy.
Some twisted motherfuckers be making these. But you know who else is twisted like that? Rob Zombie.
Man, Rob Zombie vision is wild as fuck, dude.
He's a sick
Like
fuck.
when you look at the regular Halloweens and his version of Halloween,
Yeah, I'm cool.
yo, man, Rob Zombie, he be on some shit, but I think Hill Has Eyes is not John Carpenter. Oh man, was it Wes Craven?
Yeah, Wes Craven was crazy too.
I think it was Wes Craven because the original Hill Has Eyes movies, I think is Wes Craven. I think the ones that came out like in like the 80s or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no, it came out in 77.
Okay.
Wes Craven. Yep. Wes Craven. That's what it was. Yo, that's sick.
Bro, what the fuck is dude's name, bro? John something. This nigga, they call him like the horror movie king or some shit like that. But
John Carpenter?
No. He's a director, an actor. Like he's been in a whole bunch of shit. But he like a real skinny white man, older with like a pencil thin mustache, like a slick ass comb over. I forgot. I see him. I see his face, but I cannot remember his name. His name is like John something. But this dude, when I tell you he's a sick fuck too, like super sick fuck, bro. Like super. Like this nigga is the type of nigga that, like, he enjoys like watching women like take their shirt off, titties out, and then bow, head cut off. Shit like that. Like, yeah, it's weird shit, bro. It's weird shit. But like he was in the horror shit for like the 90s, early 2000s. Like early 90s, early 2000s for like damn near a decade plus. Like, yeah, he was on when they had a horror marathon on AMC one time and he was hosting it. But they played a lot of his movies. Yeah, sick shit. For sure.
Oh. Man, I can't think of another John.
Like super, like if when I find it, I send it to you and I post it on the socials. But like this nigga's a sick fuck, bro. But
okay.
yeah, it's a bunch of them out there.
Gotcha. But to clean up my point, the reason I got on that whole Hill Has Eyes rant was like he had the girl tied up, so I wasn't necessarily sure what he was gonna do with it because he didn't even try to get the dude. He just wanted the girl.
See, that's what I'm saying, bro. I think that he was trying because I don't even think he even knew the dude was down there.
They were together.
You're right. Well, maybe it was just he was just catching whoever he could catch.
Yeah, it could be that too. It could.
I think he was probably trying to interrogate her, like figure out what the fuck she was doing down there.
Yeah, because like I said, like we were saying, they're not
he didn't
dumb.
do nothing to her.
Nah, he just had her tied up, and she just like
until she started fighting him, and that's when he was like, "Nah, fuck that shit."
Yeah, like you ain't gonna just kick my ass. Like I'm gonna fight your ass back.
Right.
Yeah. So I wasn't sure, but like that's something that crossed my mind, and that's why I went down the whole Hill Has Eyes rant thing, where I was just like, "Yo, is he trying to, you know what I'm saying, impregnate this woman?" And,
yeah, that would be great.
Keep their race
I'm glad they put that in there because that shit would have been nice.
Yeah, we didn't need that.
That was not a sight to see at all.
No.
Let's go ahead and get into the fire flames, bro.
Let's do it.
Yoga fire, yoga flame.
All right, man. What you rating it?
All right, man. I mean, it's really. Sojourner Weaver, legend, but it's really a two people show. I think Miles Teller and Anya Taylor-Joy did a real good job in this, man. I think they carried this movie. It was really a movie that needed to be carried, but I think the writing was good. I think the story was good. I think the cinematography was good. Apple done it again. I'm not gonna go all the way though. Not going all the way. I'm gonna give it a 4.5. But this is definitely a rewatchable movie for me. I can see myself watching this movie again at some point. I'm not gonna go all the way 5. It could, for the simple fact of, even though we've gotten the super soldier like story a few times, but not in this way. Like, that's what I fuck with, was the creativity in this movie.
Right.
Which I thought they were very creative. So I mean, this is the highest 4.5 that I can give a movie. I'm not gonna give it a 5, but this is the highest 4.5 that I can give.
I gotta say, I am a very huge fan of Miles Teller. Um, it seems like the roles that he gets are literally like perfect for him. I really wish that he'd be on like a bigger stage, bigger platform, because I think that what he has to offer is very necessary, especially for right now, the way that movies and stuff is going.
You got to remember, he was in Top Gun Maverick.
I do.
That was the biggest movie of last year.
He was in joint with Jonah Hill. Like he's been in the spotlight, but for some odd reason, it's like he's kind of faded off. Like remember, he was in a bunch of different shit, bro. Like around that time where like Paul Rudd and Seth Rogen and all those guys were getting they just do, like he was in a very different space to where he was like up there. And it seems like recently he's faded out of the picture. And I would like to see a lot more of him. Anya Taylor-Joy, she's doing great things right now. Salute to her. She did an amazing job. Sigourney Weaver, I don't know what it is about some of these women actors who are like getting to the older age and then they starting to play the villains, but they are killing it. They are killing it. The only other person I want to see do that is Angela Bassett. I would like to see Angela Bassett in an evil role.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because what's the name? She is Viola Davis. So she's playing some.
Viola Davis played
in
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad, yep.
Yeah, she did Suicide Squad. What's everybody mama name?
Shit.
Damn it, we did a fucking appreciation on her.
I know the first person to oh my god. Loretta Devine.
Thank you. Loretta Devine, she did the joint with Ghost from Power. You know what I'm saying?
Spell.
Yep, she did Spell. So I mean, like, I would like to. I mean, shit. Nicole Kidman done had, you know what I'm saying, those roles where she was the villain. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit. Her and Lioness, we don't know if she's good or bad yet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so these more accomplished women actors, I want to see them start taking that villain role. You know what I'm saying? Doing that, because they are. When I say killing, they are killing. Loretta Devine and Spell was amazing, bro. And then, I mean, shit. Everybody else kind of was at the wayside, but the story was great. They threw a plot twist on us very, very early. I like that. I was locked in. I can't go 4.5. I'm gonna go 4 though. I'm definitely gonna go 4 for sure.
Okay.
All right.
Yo, speaking of Miles Teller, so 2022.
Mm-hmm.
He does Top Gun Maverick. He does a mini series called The Offer.
Mm-hmm.
And he does Spiderhead all in the same year.
Yeah.
And then he take a 3-year hiatus.
Yeah.
And then he does it. Yeah, we did a pod on that.
Yep. All right, so let's get into coming soon, man.
Let's do it.
Coming soon to own on video and DVD.
All right, man. Next episode we are doing is going to be some fun in the sun. We're going to laugh. We're going to joke. Hell, we might even cry, man. This is a coming of age story about three friends who, you know what I'm saying, are reminiscing on life as their friend is about to get married. That's right. We get into the wood. You know what I'm saying? Pause. Whoa. Um, okay. We're covering the movie The Wood. There we go. So y'all tune into that. Y'all get ready for that. It's gonna be a good one. Um, and I can't wait for it. If you enjoyed this episode, if you didn't enjoy this episode, if you too want to know why the government is always trying to do some sneaky shit and not tell the people, hit us up. Let us know on X, on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or you can comment on one of the Patreon videos if you are a subscriber. Or if you want to hit us up personally, you can hit us up. You can follow me on X at Scoots Bronson. I got a link tree in the bio, and you can follow me everywhere else there.
And y'all can find me at s.foster8 on Instagram, X, and TikTok. Follow the podcast 28 minutes or less. Still cooking up the next episode. But the last episode is Night Agent Season 2. So go check that out on all major platforms.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, your support is greatly appreciated. Without you, there could be no us. And until the next episode, like I said, Hollywood, that's a wrap.
Cut.